Never time to say bye.
Awaken, dormant scales. World-cleansing dragon.
Bear witness to honor. Let duel commence.
Heaven surge. Heavens.
Living? That's all a big hustle and bustle. But life's all about savoring the moment.
What brings you here?
All manner of mystic arts have their own distinctive merits.
Welcome!
All remains as it did yesterday.
For a ticket?
Hey, you! Interested in signing with yours truly? Hey, you!
to the museum.
Good to see you again. I've heard from Miss Eris that under your superb management, the museum is on the verge of regaining the thriving crowds of its heyday. If the momentum continues, and if the History Culture Hall can reopen on schedule, the museum's complete revival is surely just around the corner. So... you guessed it already. I'm afraid there's been another theft. Like the previous cases, a valuable item was stolen from our exhibit. This time in the History Culture Hall. The item in question has a connection to you. No. As you just pointed out, that kind of thing is easily replaced. It'll be easier to explain once we're actually in the History Culture Hall. Why don't I take you there now? With an exhibit like this, all Belabagians will know your story. You can probably guess from the name that the History Culture Hall houses artifacts, replicas, and documents that are of great historical significance to Belobog. Belongs to every generation of our people. Every child in Belobog should visit this exhibit at least once. No, once isn't nearly enough. This projector is a limited edition Oh, sorry. I'm doing my tour guide thing again. I'm sure someone as well-traveled as yourself has seen much fancier equipment than this. Oh, that's not the issue. The issue isn't the projector, but the microfilm that goes into it. It's the most crucial piece of this exhibit, and it was stolen. There were some very valuable images on that film, and we hadn't gotten around to making a backup. I must admit, the thieves chose a good target, and they were fast and efficient. Slide projection is a new addition to the museum. It was intended to be a surprise for visitors when the History Culture Hall reopened. If we don't recover the microfilm, The hall's opening will have to be postponed indefinitely. Some of the images stored on that film are related to you, Miss March 7th, and Master Dan Heng. The curators of the museum wanted to take this opportunity to tell the story of the Astral Express's visit to Belobog. That's beside the point. Is that your phone? Was that a message from Lady Bronya? Was that a message? If she can delegate more resources to the no point in waiting around here then. Excuse me, Mr. Trailblazer? Do you have some time? I need some advice. Lately, work at the Ten Lords Commission isn't too busy, and I ended up with a little vacation time. At first, I told myself, breaks are hard to come by. I should make the most of every day. Oh, but then, before I knew it, I'd spent 3 days at home doing the usual things. And now my vacation is about to end. I can't help wondering what Sushang and Guinevere are doing on their days off. I did think about that, but in the end, I never found the courage to ask them. I'd like to hang out with them. It's just, if it's up to me to do the inviting, that means I have to arrange a time and place, and I'm sure I won't do a good job of that. Oh, good idea. I need a bit more time to think this over.
Tell me, has Dan Heng been enjoying his time on the Express? He has a new life now. He is no longer the old friend I once knew. When the Vidyadhara are reborn, they are as fish that have returned to the ocean. It is a state of complete freedom. That I may glance upon him from the shore is enough for me. I hope that the Express crew will look after Dan Heng. Well, I suppose that part of him has remained the same. If the Express ever runs into trouble in its future endeavors, please remember that the Law Fu will always be a sanctuary for you all.
All remains as it did yesterday.
Welcome. If I'm not mistaken, the two of you just rushed over here from the History and Culture Museum? I appreciate your coming here on such short notice. I should have gotten involved earlier, but I was tied up with other responsibilities. My apologies for letting you take on the investigation without proper support.
Lady Branya, we never saw it like that.
There's no one else here, Pela. No need for such formality.
Okay, Miss Branya.
I heard that you helped recover a number of valuable items for the museum, and that you've been running the museum as a part-time manager? Do you have any insights into this serial theft case? Well, on that point, we can agree. In any case, this fiasco has been going on right under our noses for too long. Regardless of how cunning and talented the culprit may be, we must draw them out and demonstrate the resolve of the architects. I will issue an immediate directive to mobilize all on-duty Silverman guards in the city to conduct a door-to-door investigation. You're familiar with many of the locals in the administrative district, right? If possible, I'd like you to head to the city center and see if they have any clues to offer us.
Understood. We'll head there at once, Miss Branya. Guess you're stuck with me again for this assignment. Let's meet up at Fountain Plaza. This place is an endless stream of people. That won't do. Even a survey requires... We can start with people we already know. I remember lots of folks...
Children of the... Oh! I haven't, however...
let's move on.
Ready to sign the petition? I wonder... Absolute... Oh,
I see. Let's move along then.
I remember you. Do you have any questions after reading the Perhaps you... How could I...
Huh? Oh. Oh.
You guys are here to...
Sorry. Let's get going. You know.
Young lady. I am Wallace Cambridge Limestein, the 25th head of the Limestein family. I am honored to make your acquaintance. And yes, I am familiar with this outsider next to you. He often walks right past me without so much as a greeting. I am Wallace Cambridge Limestein, the
All right, we got it. Mr. Limestein, is there something you want to discuss with us?
As a matter of fact, I do. I noticed you two had been wandering around Executive Plaza for some time now, stopping to... As it so happens, I witnessed a strange incident recently that left me quite puzzled. And after reflecting on it for a time...
This incident...
I can't say for sure that it's directly related, but a friend of mine I no longer hear from used to...
So by no longer hear from, you mean...
Precisely. His name is Norbert. We used to chat during lunch breaks in the lobby of the Goethe Hotel, along with a few other... And one day, Norbert suddenly stopped showing up to our tea parties. It was as though he disappeared into thin air. Limestein, listen to me. One must be ambitious in life. I'm gonna do something big for once.
Be ambitious in life? Do something big for once? Coming from the mouth of a wealthy gentleman, this Norbert guy, do you know...
I'm not entirely... You wouldn't understand. Friendship between gentlemen is as pure as water.
In the eyes of most people, there's a world of... I have recorded all the clues you provided, Mr. Limestein. Thank you for putting your trust in the Silvermane
No, I should be thanking you, young lady of the...
I wonder if this friend of Mr. Wallace has anything to do with the museum. That's enough detective work for today. Questioning more people would just...
Come around and have a look.
We can use it. No surprise there. Oh, is that a stain? I like this coat.
Miss Bronya, we're back.
Thank you both for your hard work. Did you find out anything in the administrative district?
We didn't find anything directly related to the museum thefts, but there was one.
I see. It was the man from the Limestein family who provided the information. Norbert. I feel like I've heard that name I remember now. The Minister of Transportation, Noel, has a nephew named Norbert. I believe he's currently working in the municipal department as a The leader of a city should be familiar with the status and division of labor of her subordinates. That's just part of the job. Norbert's position is indeed an idle one, so it's no wonder he has time to socialize with members of the Limestein family. If what Wallace said is right, then Norbert must have been missing for several days already, even if they want to keep the young man secret. They'll cough it up with the right kind of encouragement. Kyle, can I ask you a favor? I would like you to visit the residence of Mr. Noel and ask around regarding the whereabouts of Mr. Norbert.
Understood, Madam Guardian. Lady Bronya, Miss Pela, I have returned.
You were quite expedient, Kyle. Did you find anything out from the Department of Transportation?
It took a little prodding, but a few of the more timid attendants started speaking up. They say that Mr. Norbert was indeed leaving at odd hours recently. Whenever someone would ask where he was headed, he'd mumble something about going to the shopping street to inspect the site. The attendants think he might have a love interest, someone he doesn't want his family to know about. They haven't mentioned anything to the Minister of Transportation.
Going out at unusual hours, the shopping... I have a request. I'd like the two of you to scout out Backwater Pass and see whether anything is happening there. While the two of you were busy questioning people in the city, I received some tip-offs. One source said that suspicious people were recently seen sneaking around the Fragmentum corrosion zone, and that the Silverman guards, together with Norbert's mumblings about a shopping street, I think all these...
So this Mr. Norbert could well be the museum thief we're looking for? We can't hold off a moment longer.
My apologies, I have a lot of business to attend to at present. I won't be joining you.
We can't delay a moment longer. Something doesn't feel right. We must be cautious. Shh! There are people talking inside. Let's see if we can